Welcome to Calm Night Stories. Tonight you find yourself inside a small wooden beach house, resting quietly at the edge of the sea, where the land slowly gives way to the endless movement of dark water, and where the sound of the storm outside becomes a distant, steady presence rather than something to disturb you. The house itself feels warm and secure, its wooden walls gently holding back the wind that moves steadily along the shoreline, while the rain falls in soft, continuous sheets against the windows, creating a blurred and ever-changing view of the night beyond. You are seated comfortably near one of those windows, wrapped in a thick, soft blanket that holds warmth close to your body, and as you settle deeper into the chair beneath you, you begin to notice how every part of this space has been shaped by quiet, by stillness, and by a sense of calm that remains untouched by the storm outside. The light in the room is gentle, coming from a single lamp that glows with a warm golden tone, casting soft shadows across the wooden floor and along the walls, where faint lines and textures in the wood become visible only in certain angles of light, giving the room a feeling of quiet depth and familiarity. Outside, the wind moves across the surface of the sea, not in sharp gusts, but in long, steady currents that push against the water, shaping the waves into slow rolling forms that rise and fall in a rhythm that feels almost timeless, as though the ocean itself is breathing slowly beneath the dark sky. The sound of those waves reaches you in a softened way, filtered through the walls of the house and the steady curtain of rain, so that what you hear is not loud or overwhelming, but instead a deep, gentle rhythm that blends seamlessly with the sound of water sliding across the windows and tapping lightly against the roof above. You shift slightly in your chair, feeling the fabric beneath you adjust to your movement, while the blanket settles more closely around your legs, its weight comforting and steady, as if it is quietly reminding you that you are safe here, held within this small, warm space while the storm continues its slow passage outside. As you breathe in, the air feels warm and calm, carrying with it a faint trace of the sea that has drifted in earlier, mixing with the subtle scent of wood and the quiet stillness of the room. And as you breathe out, you feel your shoulders soften, your body becoming heavier, more relaxed, more at ease with each passing moment. The window beside you is covered in small streams of water that form, gather, and slowly move downward, each droplet joining another, separate and again, creating patterns that are never the same but always gentle, always unhurried. And as you watch them, your gaze softens, no longer focusing on any single movement, but instead taking in the entire flow as one continuous, calming motion. Beyond the glass, the ocean is barely visible now, its surface hidden behind layers of rain and darkness, but you can still sense it there, a vast and steady presence stretching far beyond what can be seen, moving slowly and endlessly beneath the night sky. The wind continues to pass along the sides of the house, creating a soft, low sound that rises and falls gently, never sharp, never sudden, just a constant reminder of the world outside, moving at its own pace, untouched by anything within this small space. Inside, everything remains steady and unchanged, the warmth of the room holding firm, the light continuing to glow softly, the chair supporting you completely as you allow yourself to settle deeper into stillness. You notice how the rhythm of the storm begins to feel familiar, almost comforting in its consistency, as though each sound, each movement, each subtle shift in the wind and rain is part of a pattern that does not need to be understood, only experienced. Your breathing slows naturally, without effort, each inhale long and gentle, each exhale releasing any remaining tension. And with each breath, the connection between you and this quiet space deepens, as though you are becoming part of the same calm rhythm that fills the room. The lamp beside you flickers ever so slightly, not in a way that draws attention, but in a way that feels natural, alive, its light shifting just enough to change the shape of the shadows on the walls, creating a slow and gentle movement that mirrors the motion of the storm outside. You let your head rest back just a little more, your body sinking further into the chair, the blanket adjusting around you, the warmth surrounding you completely, and in that moment, there is nothing else to consider. Nothing else to focus on beyond the quiet presence of the storm and the steady comfort of the space you are in. Time begins to lose its sharp edges here, no longer divided into clear moments, but instead flowing continuously, like the rain on the windows or the waves beyond the shore, each second blending softly into the next, without interruption. The sound of the sea continues deep and steady, the waves rising and falling in a rhythm that feels older than anything else, while the rain maintains its gentle pattern, never stopping, never changing, simply continuing, as it always has. And as you remain there, wrapped in warmth, surrounded by soft light and quiet sound, the storm outside becomes less something to observe and more something to exist alongside, a steady presence that fills the night while you remain calm, still, and completely at ease within the shelter of the beach house. The quiet rhythm of the storm continues outside, and without a needing to move or change anything, you remain settled in the same warm position, allowing the steady sounds of rain and sea to carry you gently forward into the next stretch of the night. The wooden beach house holds its calm presence, the walls firm and reassuring, as the wind glides along the outside, pressing softly and then easing again, like a slow breath moving across the structure. Inside, nothing shifts except the faint movement of light and shadow, and the subtle rise and fall of your own breathing. You begin to notice how the storm no longer feels separate from you, but instead becomes part of the atmosphere you are resting in, its steady motion blending with the quiet stillness inside the room. The sound of rain against the windows, once something distinct, now feels like a natural extension of the silence within, as though the two are woven together into one continuous, gentle experience. The ocean beyond the house continues its slow and endless movement, waves forming and falling in a rhythm that remains constant, even as the wind shapes their surface. Though you cannot clearly see the water through the rain-covered glass, you can feel its presence, vast and steady, stretching far into the darkness, moving in a way that feels both powerful and calm at the same time. You shift slightly in your chair, not out of need, but simply to settle more deeply into comfort, and the blanket adjusts with you, folding softly around your body, holding warmth in a way that feels natural and effortless. The fabric rests against your hands and legs, and you become aware of its texture again, soft and familiar, grounding you gently in the moment. The lamp continues to glow with a warm, steady light, its soft illumination creating a quiet contrast against the darker tones of the room. The shadows it casts move slowly as the flame-like glow shifts almost imperceptibly, giving the space a sense of quiet life without ever disturbing its calm. Outside, the wind carries on along the shoreline, its movement steady and unbroken, and the rain continues to fall in long, uninterrupted streams, tracing the surface of the windows and softening every shape beyond them. The world outside feels distant now, not because it is far away, but because it has become so softened and quiet that it no longer asks for attention. Your breathing continues at the same slow pace, each inhale filling you with warmth and calm, each exhale releasing anything that might remain unsettled. There is no effort in this, no intention required, only the natural rhythm of breath moving in and out, steady and even. The sound of the waves reaches you again, deeper now, as though the tide has shifted slightly, bringing the ocean's rhythm closer to the shore. It is still gentle, still slow, but there is a fullness to it that fills the quiet space between each breath, blending seamlessly with the rain and the wind. You remain still, allowing the chair to support you completely, your body heavy in the best way, not weighed down, but grounded, connected to the warmth of the room and the calm that surrounds you. The blanket rests securely, the air remains warm, and the light continues to glow softly, unchanged. Time moves differently here, stretching and folding in a way that removes any sense of urgency. There is no beginning or end to this moment, only a continuous flow, like the rain, like the waves, like the gentle movement of the wind along the walls of the house. As you sit quietly, you begin to notice smaller details again, the faint creak of the wood as the house settles, the soft shift of the wind as it changes direction slightly, the way the rain gathers more heavily for a moment, and then returns to its steady rhythm. None of these changes disrupt the calm. Instead, they deepen it, adding layers to the quiet atmosphere that surrounds you. The ocean continues its slow breathing beyond the house, waves rising and falling, forming and dissolving, endlessly repeating their gentle motion. The darkness above the water remains soft and complete, without sharp edges or clear boundaries, blending sky and sea into one continuous expanse. Inside, the warmth remains constant, wrapping around you in a way that feels almost like an extension of your own body. The chair holds you, the blanket comforts you, and the light provides just enough presence to keep everything feeling grounded and safe. Your thoughts drift lightly, moving without direction, without urgency, appearing and fading like distant shapes in the rain beyond the window. You do not follow them. You do not hold on to them. You simply allow them to pass, just as the storm continues its slow journey outside. The rhythm of the night continues uninterrupted, and you remain within it, not separate from it, but gently held inside its calm, steady flow. And as the storm carries on, and the waves continue to rise and fall, and the rain traces its quiet paths across the glass. You remain there, in the warmth of the beach house, surrounded by soft light and steady sound, allowing the calm to deepen naturally, moment by moment, without ever needing to change anything at all. The night moves forward in the same gentle way, and you move with it, slowly, quietly, effortlessly, as everything continues just as it is. The quiet rhythm of the storm continues without interruption, and as time moves forward in its slow and gentle way, nothing in the small beach house needs to change for the calm to deepen even further. The rain keeps falling in steady sheets against the windows, tracing familiar paths that seem to repeat and yet never truly do, each droplet joining another before drifting downward in long, quiet lines. The sound remains soft and constant, wrapping itself around the room like a delicate layer of sound that never overwhelms, only comforts. The ocean beyond continues its slow and endless motion, waves rising from the darkness and folding back into themselves, their rhythm steady and grounding, as if the sea is breathing deeply beneath the storm. Even without seeing it clearly, you can sense its presence, vast and calm, stretching far beyond the horizon. You remain seated in the same place, your body fully supported, your weight resting easily into the chair. The blankets settle around you in a way that feels natural and undisturbed. The warmth has become part of the moment now, no longer something you notice separately, but something that simply exists, constant and reassuring. The lamp beside you continues to glow softly, its warm light creating a gentle contrast against the darker tones of the room, illuminating the wooden textures of the walls and floor in a way that feels familiar and grounding. The shadows shift ever so slightly as the light moves, slow and subtle, never drawing attention, only adding depth to the quiet space. The wind moves along the outside of the house in long, steady currents, brushing past the walls and across the roof, creating a low and continuous sound that rises and falls gently, never sharp, never sudden. It feels like a distant presence, something that exists beyond the warmth of the room, separate yet still part of the overall calm. Your breathing continues at its slow, steady pace, each inhale deep and soft, each exhale long and easy, carrying with it a sense of release that requires no effort. There is no need to think about it, no need to guide it, only to allow it to move naturally, in perfect rhythm with everything around you. Time continues to stretch, the moments blending into one another in a way that feels smooth and unbroken. There is no clear beginning or end to anything here, only a continuous flow, like the rain, like the waves, like the gentle movement of the wind along the shore. As the night deepens, the storm maintains its steady presence, never growing louder, never fading away, simply continuing as it has been, a constant and gentle companion to the stillness inside the house. The rain remains soft, the wind remains low, and the ocean continues its endless rhythm in the distance. You notice again the small details around you, the texture of the blanket, the way it rests across your legs, the faint warmth it holds, the way your hands rest quietly against it. You notice the chair beneath you, how it supports you without effort, how it allows your body to remain completely at ease. The room itself feels unchanged, and in that sameness there is a deeper comfort. The light remains steady, the warmth remains constant, the sounds remain soft and continuous. Nothing shifts in a way that demands attention. Nothing interrupts the calm. Outside, the storm continues its quiet journey across the sea, moving slowly, shaping the waves, carrying the rain across the surface of the water and onto the shore. The darkness beyond the windows remains soft and complete, blending sky and ocean into one continuous expanse. Inside, you remain exactly where you are, wrapped in warmth, surrounded by soft light and steady sound, allowing the calm to deepen naturally without any effort or intention. Your thoughts drift quietly, appearing and fading like distant shapes beyond the rain-covered glass, never needing to be followed, never needing to be held. The sound of the waves grows slightly fuller for a moment, as though the tide has shifted again, bringing the ocean's rhythm closer to the shore, but it remains gentle, steady, and calm, blending seamlessly with the rain and the wind. The house continues to hold its quiet strength, the wooden walls and roof creating a barrier between you and the storm, not in a way that feels isolating, but in a way that feels protective, allowing you to experience the storm without being touched by it. You shift only slightly, not to change anything, but simply to settle more deeply into comfort, and the blanket follows your movement, adjusting naturally, maintaining its gentle weight and warmth. Your breathing remains slow and even, your body fully relaxed, your mind quiet and unhurried. Everything continues just as it is, without needing to change, without needing to move forward or come to an end. The rain continues to fall, the waves continue to rise and fall, the wind continues to move along the house, the light continues to glow softly, and you remain there, in the warmth of the beach house, surrounded by the steady, endless calm of the storm, allowing each moment to pass gently into the next, as the night continues on in its slow, quiet way. The night stretches on, and the storm outside maintains its steady rhythm, a constant presence of wind, rain, and distant rolling waves, each element moving at its own gentle pace, never hurried, never loud, but persistent in its calm intensity. The wooden walls of the beach house hold firm, absorbing the energy of the wind and softening its edge until it becomes nothing more than a distant, soothing murmur that underscores the stillness inside. You remain seated comfortably in the chair near the window, the thick blanket folded over your legs and torso, holding warmth with a subtle weight that feels like an embrace, familiar and steady. The lamp continues to glow softly beside you, its light casting gentle shifting shadows that mingle with the warm tones of the wood, creating a sense of depth and tranquility that fills the room completely. Outside, the ocean continues its endless motion, waves rising slowly and falling again, each movement steady and unhurried, blending perfectly with the sound of rain sliding down the windows. The dark water stretches toward the horizon, blending seamlessly with the night sky, a vast expanse of muted motion that carries both power and calm simultaneously. You cannot see all of it clearly, but you feel its presence deeply, an immense and gentle reminder of the slow rhythm of the natural world. The wind brushes against the house in long, deliberate currents, pressing lightly against the wooden walls, sliding along the roof, and moving over the nearby sand. The sound it makes is soft and continuous, a gentle accompaniment to the rain and waves that fill the night. This rhythm becomes part of the room's atmosphere, as natural and comforting as the warmth and light inside, blending seamlessly into the calm that surrounds you. Your breathing continues its slow, deliberate pace, each inhale filling you with warmth and ease, each exhale carrying away any tension or restlessness. There is no need to control it, no need to force it, only to allow it to move naturally, in perfect harmony with the gentle motion of the storm beyond the walls. Time here feels different. It stretches and folds upon itself, each moment lingering longer than you expect, each second blending into the next. The night does not feel finite or measured. It feels continuous, infinite, slow, and patient, like the waves themselves, like the rain that never stops, like the wind that moves without urgency along the shore. You notice the small details of the room again, each one bringing comfort. The blanket is soft and warm. The chair cradles your body perfectly. The floor beneath your feet is steady and firm, and the wooden walls exude a quiet strength that holds everything together. The lamp's glow gently illuminates the textures and patterns of the room, softening edges and creating a sense of security that feels almost tangible. Outside, the rain slides down the window, forming rivulets that join and separate, each one unique, yet perfectly part of the continuous flow. The ocean rolls steadily in the distance, the sound of waves ebbing and flowing, mingling with the rustle of wind along the trees and dunes just beyond the house. The darkness stretches far and wide, softened by the falling rain, a vast, quiet expanse that feels endless yet inviting, carrying no threat, only calm and presence. You shift slightly, not to escape or change anything, but to allow your body to sink more deeply into the chair. The blanket adjusts naturally, maintaining its gentle weight and warmth. You notice the texture of the fabric again, how it rests softly against your hands and legs, grounding you in the moment and keeping the warmth close to your skin. The storm continues outside, each sound layering upon the next, forming a continuous symphony of calm and quiet. The wind presses gently, the rain traces its endless patterns. The waves rise and fall, slowly, endlessly, and yet nothing about it demands your attention. It is simply present, constant, soothing, a companion that does not interrupt or intrude, only exists in harmony with the space inside. The lamp flickers very slightly, a natural and gentle shift of light that changes the shape of shadows across the walls. They stretch, move, and blend softly with one another, forming patterns that are alive yet slow, continuous yet imperceptible, complementing the rhythm of the storm and the subtle motion of the waves. You inhale slowly, deeply, feeling the calm spread through your chest, down your arms, into your legs, every part of your body softening in response to the warmth, light, and gentle sound around you. Your exhale releases tension effortlessly, and your body settles further into a state of complete ease, as if every fiber of you is being held gently by the room itself. Outside, the ocean continues its rolling, the horizon blending seamlessly with the sky. Waves moving in slow, infinite repetitions. The rhythm of nature extending far beyond what the eye can see. The rain softens each shadow, blurs each line, and the wind continues its gentle sweep, never harsh, never abrupt, simply moving with quiet grace. Time continues to stretch, flowing without interruption, and you remain fully immersed in this rhythm, aware of every sound and sensation, yet without any need to act or think, only to exist fully in the warmth and calm of the space. The blanket rests securely around you, its weight steady, constant, reassuring, while the chair cradles your body in the perfect position for comfort. Your legs feel heavy and warm. Your arms are relaxed. Your shoulders sink further, and your mind floats freely in the quiet. The storm outside continues, a slow and unending presence, yet the house remains a sanctuary, holding you safely within its walls, providing warmth, light, and steady support. Each element, the rain, the wind, the waves, the wood, the blanket, the chair, the lamp, works together to create a harmonious environment of calm, soft, and slow. Your thoughts drift in gentle currents, appearing and fading like distant shapes beyond the windows. There is no need to follow them, no need to hold on to them, only to allow them to pass naturally, like the wind brushing past the house or the waves rolling endlessly across the distant sea. The night stretches on, uninterrupted, continuous, a slow movement of water, wind, rain, and shadow. Inside the room remains a warm, steady cocoon, every detail exactly as it should be, holding you safely, quietly, perfectly still. The waves continue their rhythmic rise and fall. The rain continues its steady descent. The wind moves in soft currents along the walls. The light remains steady. The blanket holds warmth, and you continue to exist fully in this gentle, unhurried, endless calm. Each breath, each subtle movement of the storm outside, and each quiet sensation inside the house reinforces the sense of peace and comfort, blending together into a seamless, infinite rhythm that carries you gently through the night without interruption. The storm, the sea, the rain, the light, the warmth, your breathing, and the steady presence of the house all move together now, a slow and continuous harmony, endless and complete, carrying you forward through the quiet hours of the night, deeper and deeper into the calm, the soft, and the infinite. The storm outside continues its slow, steady dance across the coastline, and inside the beach house, nothing needs to change for the calm to deepen. The rain slides down the windows in gentle sheets, each droplet forming, joining, separating, tracing patterns that move endlessly without effort or urgency. The wind moves along the roof and walls in soft currents, creating a low, continuous hum that blends seamlessly with the rhythm of the waves beyond the shore. You remain seated in your chair, the blanket draped securely around your legs and torso, holding warmth and offering comfort in its steady weight. The lamp beside you continues to glow with a soft golden light, its illumination stretching across the wooden walls, highlighting the subtle textures and imperfections of the grain in a way that feels alive yet calming. Shadows move gently across the surfaces, slow and unhurried, blending naturally with the warm glow and the soft darkness beyond. The waves rise and fall in the distance, rolling steadily toward the shore and retreating back into the deep darkness of the ocean. Their movement is endless, yet never hurried, and as you listen, you realize that the sound of water is not just outside, but part of the space you occupy, merging with your breathing, with the warmth, with the gentle glow of light around you. Your body relaxes further into the chair, every curve supported, every muscle softening, every part of you sinking into ease. The blanket shifts slightly with your movement, adjusting perfectly, its weight comforting and grounding, as though it knows exactly how to hold you. Each breath you take moves naturally, filling your lungs gently and releasing slowly, every inhale and exhale perfectly in rhythm with the storm outside. Time here stretches into something infinite, moments blending into one another without distinction. The night is continuous, the rain steady, the waves persistent, the wind soft, and the warmth unchanging. Nothing disturbs this rhythm. Nothing interrupts the calm that has settled around you. You begin to notice even smaller details now. The faint creak of the wood as the house adjusts to the wind, the subtle movement of shadows as the light shifts imperceptibly, the distant sound of water rising slightly on the shore and retreating again. Each of these small elements adds layers to the peaceful atmosphere, deepening the sense of comfort and security, making the room feel alive in a quiet, natural way. Your thoughts drift in slow currents, appearing briefly and fading without effort, without expectation, blending with the quiet rhythm of the storm. You do not follow them. You do not control them. You simply let them pass, while remaining fully present in the warmth and calm of the house. The rain continues its steady descent outside, forming tiny rivulets that trace delicate lines down the glass, merging with one another and splitting apart again in a rhythm that feels perfectly unhurried, endless, and complete. The ocean beyond the house remains vast and dark, its surface moving slowly, rising and falling with the tide, a presence that is both immense and comforting in its constancy. The wind brushes along the wooden walls again, its gentle pressure a reminder of the world outside that does not intrude, but rather accompanies the quiet stillness you inhabit. The lamp continues to glow steadily, illuminating the room in soft golden warmth, every shadow shifting slowly, blending seamlessly with the light and the subtle movement around you. You inhale deeply, feeling the calm spread through your chest, into your arms, your legs, your entire body. The warmth from the blanket and the chair surrounds you completely, a gentle, steady presence that seems to hold every part of you in perfect balance. Your exhale releases any remaining tension effortlessly, and your body sinks further into the supportive embrace of the chair. The sound of the waves becomes more prominent for a moment, as if the tide has shifted slightly, bringing the ocean closer to the shore. Yet it is still soft, still rhythmic, blending with the rain and the wind into a continuous, seamless pattern of calm. You notice the subtle textures around you, the smooth wood of the chair's armrest, the soft folds of the blanket, the gentle flicker of shadows along the walls. Each detail adds to the sense of quiet and comfort, reinforcing the calm that has settled over the room. The storm continues steady and persistent, yet it no longer feels separate or disruptive. It is part of the space, part of the atmosphere, moving in harmony with the room, with the warmth, with the gentle rhythm of your own breathing. Your body shifts only slightly, finding the perfect position in the chair, the blanket settling naturally around you, maintaining its comforting weight. The lamp continues to glow, soft and steady, its light blending with the darkness outside, casting gentle shadows that dance slowly across the room without ever breaking the calm. The waves continue to rise and fall endlessly in the distance. The rain slides down the windows without pause, and the wind brushes gently along the house, creating a quiet, continuous symphony of sound. Every element, the blanket, the chair, the lamp, the wood, the warmth, the storm, works together to create a harmonious, unhurried environment of perfect calm. Your thoughts float lightly, coming and going without insistence, blending seamlessly with the rhythm of the night. Each breath is slow, deep and steady, each exhale releasing the smallest remnants of tension, each inhale drawing in warmth, calm, and a profound sense of ease. The darkness outside stretches far and wide, softened by the falling rain, blending seamlessly with the gentle illumination of the house. The ocean continues its slow, rolling movements, the waves rising and falling endlessly, a quiet, infinite presence that mirrors the unhurried rhythm of your breathing. Inside, everything remains unchanged, perfectly aligned, steady, and comforting. The warmth surrounds you, the light glows softly, the chair supports you completely, and the blanket rests securely around your body. The storm outside is endless yet gentle, the rain constant, the wind soft, and the waves steady. Time continues to stretch, moments blending seamlessly into one another, creating a sense of continuous calm that fills every corner of the beach house. Every sound, every movement, every sensation contributes to the deepening sense of peace, creating a space where nothing is urgent, nothing is demanding, only the steady presence of warmth, light, and calm. And so the night moves on, unhurried, endless, complete, and you remain fully immersed within it, wrapped in warmth, supported by the chair, held by the blanket, accompanied by the soft glow of the lamp, and surrounded by the gentle, steady rhythm of the storm outside. The rain, the waves, the wind, the light and the warmth merge into a seamless, infinite harmony, carrying you slowly, steadily, completely through the quiet hours of the night. The night stretches endlessly around you, dark and vast, the storm moving steadily across the coastline, its presence strong yet calming, filling the air with a rhythm that is constant, deep, and unhurried. The wooden beach house remains firm and warm, holding you within its walls as the wind brushes past, sliding along the roof and pressing gently against the structure, creating a quiet resonance that blends seamlessly with the sound of the rain and the distant ocean waves. You remain seated, wrapped securely in your blanket, its soft weight comforting and grounding, the warmth flowing steadily through every inch of your body. The chair cradles you completely, supporting your frame effortlessly, letting your muscles release and your mind drift with ease. The lamp beside you glows softly, a steady golden light that fills the room with a gentle illumination, casting long, slow-moving shadows across the walls and floor that dance subtly with the rhythm of the storm outside. Outside, the ocean moves endlessly, waves rising and falling in a continuous hypnotic cycle. Each wave carries with it the deep, steady sound of the sea, blending with the constant pattern of rainfall and the whisper of the wind along the house. The horizon remains dark, blurred, and infinite, the sky and water merging into one continuous expanse, soft and unbroken. You take a deep breath, inhaling warmth and calm, feeling it fill your chest, arms, legs, every fiber of your being. The exhale releases tension effortlessly, letting the stillness of the room, the steady rhythm of the storm, and the comforting weight of the blanket envelop you completely. Your body becomes heavy yet comfortable, grounded and supported, as though the space itself has molded to hold you perfectly. The rain continues in steady sheets, forming rivulets on the window, each one tracing its own slow path down the glass, merging and separating in patterns that are endless, gentle and mesmerizing. Beyond, the waves roll slowly toward the shore, folding back into themselves in a rhythm that feels as old as time, vast and eternal, yet intimate in its gentle presence. The wind brushes softly along the walls again, a constant low hum, never abrupt or harsh, only a subtle movement that reminds you of the space beyond the house while allowing you to remain safely within. The wooden walls hold their quiet strength, the floors beneath you steady and firm, the lamp's light steady and warm. Every detail blends into one harmonious environment, perfectly attuned to the rhythm of your breathing and the gentle movement of the storm. Time seems to stretch endlessly. Seconds become minutes, minutes blend into hours, but you feel no need to measure them. There is only the flow of sound, light, warmth, and movement, continuous and unbroken. The night has no beginning, no end, only a quiet, infinite presence that holds you securely, gently, completely. The blanket molds further around your body as you adjust slightly, the chair holding you in perfect support, the light glows steadily, and the calm settles even deeper like a soft tide that moves through every corner of your mind and body. The storm outside continues without interruption, the rain falling steadily, the wind brushing gently, the ocean rolling endlessly. Yet inside, everything remains warm, still, and safe. Every detail contributes to the total sense of peace, the subtle creaks of the wooden house as it adjusts to the wind, the tiny shifts of shadow from the lamp's glow, the faint smell of rain carried in through the open air, the warmth of the blanket, the comforting weight of the chair. Nothing is sharp, nothing demands attention, nothing interrupts the continuous flow of calm. Your thoughts drift like distant clouds, appearing softly and fading without effort. There is no need to chase them, no need to hold on to them. You simply let them pass as you remain immersed in the gentle rhythm of the night, the slow, unbroken harmony of warmth, light, and sound. The ocean continues its steady breathing, waves rising and falling with a timeless cadence, the rain tracing endless paths across the window, and the wind moving softly along the house, a never ceasing, never changing pace. Inside, the warmth holds you completely. The light glows softly. The chair supports you fully. The blanket remains steady and comforting, and your body and mind are entirely at ease. Time loses meaning in this space, each moment blending seamlessly into the next. The night stretches forward infinitely, the storm continuing its quiet journey, the waves, rain and wind, forming a continuous, unbroken symphony of sound. Each breath you take moves naturally with it, each heartbeat in harmony with the gentle motion of the storm, each moment an extension of the calm that surrounds you. And so you remain, fully present, fully supported, wrapped in warmth, embraced by soft light, accompanied by the endless rhythm of rain, wind and waves, suspended in a night that feels eternal, gentle and perfectly still. The storm outside, the ocean beyond, the warmth inside, and your slow, steady breathing all merge into a single, continuous flow, carrying you deeper and deeper into a state of perfect, unbroken calm, an infinite, gentle sanctuary that stretches across the hours of the night, holding you safely in its quiet, endless embrace.